Hey, you got my first version, right? Okay. Okay. What do you call it? The press conference is about to start, probably because you know the team will start. So I'll try to get you some clothes. But I'll play back on the line. Oh, all right. Bye. Did you see Shannon's tweet? What did he say? He said, always football. He said, like, congratulations to baseball. Instead of a congratulations, there's always football season.
Candle. I'm well, yourself? No Aaron today? I see. Hey, Kendall, you heard anything about who Spence is going to have as his pitching coach down at Northwestern? I'm interested. team is on their way. Representing Florida, head coach Kevin O'Sullivan, Harrison Bader, and Peter Alonso. Coach, if you'd begin with an opening statement.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Virginia. They played well tonight, and you get to this part of the season, and the little mistakes can come back to help you or haunt you. I'm really proud of our guys. We had a tremendous year. There's a lot to be proud of. It's just hard. When you get to this part of the season, and the end of the season, it's just so abrupt. It's just like a runaway train that you just it's over, and it's just over like that. I mean, I got Harrison to my right here. It just seems like yesterday he was a freshman. It goes by too quick, and there's a lot of things that we'll pull away from this year, but there's a lot of positive things. There's only going to be one team standing at the end of the year that's going to be the champion, and I'm not going to lie to you. I felt like if we had a chance to play in the championship round, I liked our chances. But obviously we won't be getting that opportunity. But it's just we've got a great bunch of guys. They worked extremely hard. I don't even know how many games we won, but we played a difficult schedule. We seemed to answer the bell every time we needed to when our backs were against the wall. It just tonight just didn't work out for us. But I'm awfully proud of them. I'm happy for Virginia. They played very well today, and it should be a heck of a series between them and Vanderbilt.
As I open the floor to questions, please remember to silence your cell phones and turn off video recording devices. We'll begin here in the second row, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Coach, how much did this game ultimately come down to Virginia's ability to manufacture runs and maybe your guys' inability in some situations with some runners on base?
Well, I think if you look back, we had first and second, nobody out. We weren't able to get a bunt down. At first and third, with one out, we didn't get the run in. Those things come back to hurt you. And then obviously out of the pen, we went 3-1 to their 3-hole hitter, and he got a base hit, so we fell behind there. And then we went 2-0 to Towns. We just didn't throw strikes out of the pen. And then later in the game, the deciding run was, we run it first, and Hazley was trying to bunt, and we ended up walking him. But those mistakes, they come back to hurt you, and especially in a one-run game like this. So we just didn't play the cleanest game, to be honest with you, Kevin.
Coach, Mike Malloy, Orlando Sentinel, the hit by pitch that wasn't in the second inning, that seemed like a critical play. Obviously, he ends up hitting into a double play, so it's first and second, nobody out versus 2 outs and nobody on. Did you get an explanation, just didn't make an effort to get out of the way, or what did the umpire tell you?
I have to be careful what I say. I mean, just the rule states you have to make an attempt to get out of the way. But, that's all I can say.
Aaron?
Aaron 51 Baseball. Coach, you mentioned Theis and Towns kind of hurting you in the middle today. First of all, how difficult is it right now to contend with those two guys in the middle lineup? And then in the seventh inning, you had to kind of pick your poison there. You walked Theis, pitched to Towns. Could you kind of take us through the thought process there?
No, Theis had put 2 good swings on the ball. Obviously, we were so close to getting out of the first inning. We had 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, and we hang a pitch middle of the plate. He runs into one. Those 2 guys are swinging it back good. I think falling behind in the count, that's what hurt us. The 3-1 count and the 2-0 count, that's what got us. If we pitch ahead in the count, we keep the count on our side. Baseball's a funny game. When you fall behind the count, you get in hitters' counts, they tend to, do damage, and that's what they did.
Kendall?
Ken Rogers, D1 Baseball. Peter, Spores obviously pitched pretty well out of the bullpen. I guess what was he kind of able to do from your perspective to kind of just keep you guys from really kind of getting into a groove there late in the game?
I mean, he had a good fastball, but I mean, his main pitch was a slider. It had a pretty sharp break. I mean, and he seemed to throw it pretty well.
In the back.
Jonathan Perez, ESPN 850 Harrison. Obviously, it could be your last game playing for the Florida Gators. Just what was it like being coached under Kevin Sullivan and playing with some of those guys on the team?
No crying in baseball. I just I just want to go on record and say, there's just so much that gets poured into this program outside, what you see on the field. And, it's just been an absolute honor to play under Sully and Brad and Craig and all the assistant coaches I've had, and I don't want to leave anyone out. Like Sully said, it's kind of like yesterday that I was a freshman. It flies by, but I just, I've enjoyed every second of it. I can't be more thankful for everyone just sticking with me, because there were some tough things along the way. So, to everyone who just poured everything into my development as a player and as an individual, I'm forever grateful, and I'm just gonna take everything I've learned here onto the next level. So, yeah.
Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Peter, as a guy that's going to be coming back next season, how much does this kind of fuel you for next year, and how much do you think this experience can help you?
I mean, it's gonna suck to see all the older guys go. I mean, I love every one of my teammates. I mean, I just need to keep this feeling for next year so we can remember how it feels to lose at this time of the season. So use it as motivation to keep us winning, get that extra push at the end of the year, and hopefully come up with a national championship. But, I mean, it just stinks to lose.
We have time for 2 more questions, starting here with Mike.
Harrison, obviously the other night Waddell was great against you, but you got to him tonight. What was the difference between tonight and Monday against him?
It always gives you some comfort when you face a guy you're kind of familiar with. So I think we did a good job of just choosing one side of the plate, because he obviously mixes well and goes in and out pretty well. So, just the approach was just to choose one side of the plate. If you're gonna look away, just get on top of the plate, and vice versa if you're looking in. So I just thought that we did a good job of that early in the game. So yeah.
We'll take one final question. Kevin.
Yeah, Coach, I have to ask on the double steal. I guess you guys had the lead at the time. Your thoughts? You're trying to put pressure on the defense there. What went into the mindset on that play?
I'm just trying to be aggressive. Actually, it was a hit and run. We missed a sign. It's unfortunate. That was some of the things that we missed a couple signs in the first 3 innings, and we just didn't play our cleanest game today, unfortunately. Like I said, but those things happen. We've been playing really good baseball for an awfully long time. So like I said, I don't want this to be a representation of what we've been able to do. There's a lot of disappointed players, in that locker room right now. So, but there are some things that we can improve on moving forward. And these guys are resilient. We got a great club coming back. I'm obviously really proud of the seniors and juniors that will be moving on. But we got an awfully good bunch coming back, and we got some newcomers that are coming in that are going to help us right away. And we're looking forward to hopefully getting back here next year.
On behalf of the NCAA, I'd like to congratulate Florida on a wonderful season. Thank the student athletes and Coach O'Sullivan for joining us. If you have individual interview questions, please coordinate with the Florida SID, John Hines, outside the room. Thank you, Coach. Representing Virginia, head coach Brian O'Connor. Starting pitcher Brandon Waddell. Third baseman Kenny Towns. And relief pitcher Josh Spores. Coach, if you'd begin with an opening statement.
Yeah, I mean, you all are going to think I'm just hitting repeat here, but this team has, in this postseason run, just been amazing. The toughness and the resiliency of this group has been really, really impressive. The heart that they've continued to show is a lot of fun to watch, and this game is kind of a small microcosm of what our postseason's been like, in that Florida is a tremendous opponent. I'll tell you, what they have coming back next year, they're going to be really, really good. And, we just feel fortunate to have found a way to win, and our guys just wouldn't quit. They would go up, and we'd battle back and find a way to drive in a run or two. And, the pitching plan that we had discussed over the last 24 hours fortunately worked. We were going to try to get 5 or 6 out of Brandon Waddell and then turn it over to Josh Spores, and both of those guys did a terrific job, and just really excited that we have another opportunity to play and another opportunity to compete for a national championship. So.
Open the floor to questions. Once again, introduce yourself and the agency you represent. We'll start here in the front row.
Isabel Krishudian, Washington Post. Brian, with how Kenny's been in the postseason, in that situation, bases loaded in the 7th, do you start to come to expect him to get it done?
He's gotten so many big hits for us. Kenny's played a lot of games in our uniform in 4 years, and he's come through so many times, especially in this postseason. And there's a lot of guys that you would one up, but certainly the pride that he has in this uniform, the pride that he has in this program, and he's going to go up there and get his money's worth, and he's going to be prepared to give himself a chance to succeed. So certainly the 3 runs that he drove in tonight were crucial, and everybody has a lot of confidence in him when he steps up.
Mike.
Mike Malloy from the Orlando Sentinel. Josh, this is an incredibly good lineup that Florida has, and you've gone 6 scoreless innings against them this week. Particularly tonight, what were you able to do to keep them off balance?
When you face a team like that, you just got to manage. I mean, they're so good at hitting that you just got to try to spread out their hits as best as possible. And in that first inning, I gave them that extra base that allowed them to score with a walk. And I think the key is just really slowing it down and just trying to defend your way out of things.
Second row.
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. Brandon, you were pitching on 4 days rest, which is less than you usually get. What were you hoping to do with this start, and how close did you come to kind of meeting your objective?
I mean, I really approached it the same as any start. I wasn't going to use shorter rest as an excuse for, something else that could happen. Going into it, I took it as a normal start. I truly wanted the ball for the game. To go out there and go 5 innings, like Josh said, they're a really, really good hitting team. They took advantage of mistakes and, just had to grind through it. Kind of spread out the hits, same thing, and manage it. Like I said, the expectation going into it wasn't any different.
Yeah, Andrew Rance, Packard Daily Progress. Kenny, with your postseason track record, were you surprised at all they intentionally walked Matt in front of you? Obviously, he'd been having a huge game. He's having a huge postseason too. Kind of take us through that, and then obviously that at bat to get the sac fly.
I mean, when you think about it, it's a smart baseball play just to set up the double play. But and obviously Matt's been a very dangerous hitter and been helping us out a lot. So I didn't take any offense to it or think anything of it. Just was happy to be able to get an opportunity to drive in another run.
Jim Schoenert, Baseball America. Kenny, Coach talked about it with the way this has been for you guys in the postseason, all these tight games and everything. Just what is it about this team that allows you guys to keep your composure and everything when they're answering you guys, hitting these long home runs and everything? Just what is it about you guys that's allowed you to to keep it together in games like this?
I think we're a really tough team. We're really resilient. We've done a good job of, like, when teams kind of put some runs up on us, we come back and return the favor and give ourselves a chance to win the games. But we've been in a lot of tight ball games, and I think we've kind of just gotten not like comfortable, but we feel confident in those situations, especially with some of the guys we throw out there like Spores and Waddell. So I think everything's just kind of clicking for us in those games, and I think it's kind of just a testament to how resilient we are.
Aaron.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. For the players, everyone kind of thought last year was the year for you guys. You're preseason number one, you're number one all year long, and here you are sneaking in as maybe a 3 seed into a regional, and you're back here. How much do you think the experience last year of reaching in the finals, did it make it a lot easier when you got here? Were you a lot more comfortable?
Brandon, can you begin for us, please?
Yeah. I think it's definitely, having that experience under our belt with a lot of guys in the locker room is huge. It's something that, we knew what we were going after. Our expectations inside the locker room from year to year haven't changed. But I think especially once we got to Omaha and going through the postseason, having guys that have that experience, you can kind of help the younger guys, especially with, how young our team was this year. So the experience definitely came in handy to be able to kind of tell them, this is what you kind of are going to expect. This is what you're going to experience. So to have that and to push that through is kind of comforting with it.
Josh, do you have anything to add?
I would say the only other thing is like having all that experience, we're able to pass it down to the freshmen where, we're allowing them to stay relaxed and keep them focused on the things that are important, and it's just kind of how it's paid off.
We'll take 3 more questions, starting here with Mike.
Question for Kenny. When you got that sac fly in the 7th, given the way Josh was pitching, did you have the feeling like that's the one we needed, that this is going to be enough to hold it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the way he's pitching, like you said. You just got to get that 1-run lead as many as however you can. But just having a guy like that, you feel confident just getting that one to take the lead.
Brian, does the fact that this kind of postseason run seemed unlikely, going into the ACC tournament, make it more special for you to be heading back to the finals?
Well, Jeff, they're all special, certainly, but this one's different. We've been really fortunate in this program to be in Omaha 4 out of the last 7 years. This is, I think we just finished our 11th game in 2 years in this ballpark. So, like what these guys had alluded to before, they know what to expect here. But certainly how this team has navigated and what they've been through to get here is really, really special and memorable. There's so many over the last 3 weeks, the times you can think back to, whether it be you were playing in the regional championship against SC and, we're down a bunch of runs early and we battle back and find a way, and we get a couple of guys that come out of the bullpen that do the job for the team and give us a chance to win. And, certainly the wins against Maryland and this one. So, it's this group has a lot of pride. They have a lot of pride in playing for each other. They're going to give it everything they got. They're going to be prepared, and it's been a lot of fun to coach.
And our final question.
Yeah, Brian, Andrew Anspacher, Daily Progress. You've kind of led this whole kind of loose feeling throughout this tournament. You'd won 7 straight games until yesterday. What was your feeling entering the ballpark? Was it tightened up at all, or was it that kind of that same loose nature that's kind of gotten you to this point?
I didn't get a feeling at all from these guys that they were uptight at all. We've talked a lot about, hey, we have another opportunity to play another game, and they've earned that right through what they've done. And so we had a brief team meeting today at 12 o'clock that took about 3 minutes, and it was pretty clear of the direction that we were going to go, and they came out and were having fun and competing for each other, and I don't think that there was any nerves at all in any of them, and that makes it a lot more enjoyable.
On behalf of the NCAA, I'd like to congratulate Virginia for reaching the CWS Finals. Thank the student athletes and Coach O'Connor for joining us. If you have individual interviews, please coordinate with Andrew outside the room.